Let's talk about profit and loss statement. I'm always amazed when I go into a business that the P&L in most cases is incorrect. In many cases, there are lots of numbers that are misplaced, and you really can't make a lot of sense financially of what's going on in the business. And let me make a really solid statement here. Every business needs a good, solid profit and loss statement. And you need to look at that when it comes in, and you need to look at it in a specific way. And the way that I look at a profit and loss statement is, I have this year, this month, both dollars and percentages. I have last year, this month, both dollars and percentages. And then I have the last 3 months average, both dollars and percentages. And that helps me understand the difference between what happened last year and this year, and where my trends are, where am I trending. And when I'm looking through a profit and loss statement, I'm looking for a lot of things. I'm looking at your parts margin, and I'm looking at your labor margins, and I'm looking at your fixed expenses and costs, and trying to make sense out of that and make sure that those things are balanced. But the other thing I'm looking at is, where's the trend, and in what places are there crazy expenses or differences? So if in January of 2019, we did $200,000 in business, but in January of 2018, we did $240,000, that would tell me that we may have a problem either with car count or average repair order, and then I would want to go look at those numbers on a management report. The other thing that always surprises me about a profit and loss statement is how few business owners actually take the time to look through their profit and loss and make sense of it and make sure that it's all right. There is extremely valuable information on your profit and loss. Now let me tell you what's wrong with a profit and loss statement. The problem with a profit and loss statement is I usually get it 15 to 20 days after the end of the month. In other words, it can be as much as 30 or 40 days after everything happened. The data is delayed. It's too late for me to make real decisions. Now, a profit and loss should be exceptionally accurate, but it's delayed. And so while I use it to manage my business and I use it to understand my business financially, I need some other numbers in a more timely fashion that may not be as accurate, but that can help me make good decisions quickly. And I'll give you a for instance. I have a management report that is put on my desk every Monday morning, and it tells me what happened last week. It tells me how much sales we had. It tells me what our margins were. It tells me what our average repair order was and how many cars we had. It tells me how many comebacks we had. So this report, this weekly report, tells me gives me a very clear picture of what's going on. Now, it also has my expenses on it, or my estimated expenses. So what we've done is we've taken last year's expenses and we've averaged them out per week, and we've thrown those in the pile so that we know that our fixed expenses are just about X amount of dollars and our income is Y amount of dollars, and then we can see what's going on in our business. Now, in my company, I was looking at one of those weekly reports, and I noticed that our average repair order had dropped significantly, more than $300. And in one day, you got to be careful about making financial decisions or getting too nervous about one day. So I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. I just saw the number and I said, okay, looks like we might have a problem there. Well, the next day, the report, I have another daily report that we run, and that's one of the numbers that I dug up so that I could see what was going on. And sure enough, our average repair order was down another $300 again. Not another $300, but again $300. And sure enough, the third day, we were down $300. Now, when you think about that, when you're working on 13 cars a day and you're down $300, that's almost $4,000 a day. We've lost $12,000 in sales, at least $6,000 in gross profit, and depending on where I am in my business cycle, that could have been $6,000 in net. So at this point, after 3 days, I was very nervous about it, and I wanted to do something about it. Now remember the information is not 100% accurate because it's timely and we have to make some estimates instead of knowing the exact numbers on a weekly or a daily report. Some of the numbers we can get, but other numbers we can't. The expense numbers we can't. Some of the marketing numbers we can't. Obviously the income, the average repair order, the car count, we can get those, and those can be accurate on a day-to-day basis. So what I did based on losing, this $12,000 in sales, or almost $12,000 in sales, is I went and talked to my service advisor and I said, hey, Bob, we got a problem here. It looks like we have a problem here. Is everything okay at home? And of course, Bob said, yeah, everything's great at home. No problem, Cecil. Why do you ask? And I said, well, it looks like our average repair order has dropped significantly over the last 3 days, and it's starting to worry me, and we need to make some adjustments. And of course, the service advisor, Bob, kind of got a little nervous, and he got a little defensive, and I said, no. Don't get mad or don't get upset about this. I'm just, looking at the number. And here's what I need. I need you to pay more attention to sales and to closing every single ticket and selling everything that you can over the next few days. If you would do that, and we see if we can get our average repair order back up. Now here's what happened. What happened is the next day, our average repair order not only went up the $300 that we were down, but it went up about another $150. And it actually stayed there for about a month and a half as the service advisor paid more attention. See, if we don't have timely information, think about this. If I waited for my profit and loss statement, and then I ran a report and said, what was my average repair order? I could have been 30 or 40 days losing $3,000. We could have lost $120,000 in sales over that time period because I was waiting for the profit and loss statement. You need to have management reports. You need to have a daily report. That daily report in my world says I need to know what my sales were, I need to know what my car count was, I need to know what my average repair order was, and I need to know what my productivity was. You need to have a weekly report, which will cover those 4 things, plus your margins. What were your costs for labor? What were your fixed expenses? What was your gross profit? And then you need to have your monthly report, which is your profit and loss statement. By having timely information that may not be 100% accurate, and by the way, I know if you're an accountant or a bookkeeper out there, you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, information that's not accurate. But it's accurate enough as a manager that I can make some good decisions. I need timely information to make timely decisions in my business, and in some cases it could save me thousands of dollars or earn me thousands of dollars, and I need a good and valid profit and loss statement.
We hope you enjoyed this week's tip. For more information on the concepts we discussed, check out our upcoming classes at www.ifrabe.com/classes, or listen to the Leading Edge podcast at institutesleadingedge.podbean.com, where we discuss business topics just like this one with a panel of industry experts. You can also contact us whenever it's convenient, and we'll set up a free consultation on how the Institute can help you better your business, your life, and the industry as a whole. We'll see you guys next week.